How are you guys doing? I made it on time. I thought I would have to cancel the stream, but I'm here. I'm so happy. Oh my. Right. We're approaching 50 followers on Twitch. That's not a lot of followers. Here are the topics I plan to talk about, potentially, on this stream. Potential topics. You know, if you watch me, that these topics are probably either I'm gonna talk about one of them or I'm gonna talk about none of them, or I'm gonna invent new topics as I go. So these are just the vibe of the live stream, as usual, you know. Also, I have an announcement to make. I'll make it when more people join, so I don't have to repeat myself too many times. And it's going to be like a preview announcement because I actually didn't, formalize everything I want to announce. I'm just going to tell you guys what I plan to do. You can give me feedback, and then I can announce like globally to everyone, because you guys on live streams are, you have the most fresh information, the creme de la creme of information. All right, starting in 1 second. Give me a second. I need to set some stuff up. Also, we have a new like tips goal. I don't know if it even works, And when someone tips, in theory, it would say their message out loud with the TTS bot. I don't know. I don't know if I set it up correctly because no one tipped yet. So I can't know. Okay, we're streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Very nice. Hello. Hello. Dot. I don't know. Your username is just a dot. Hello, Ginger. Yes, I kinda lied. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Does the chat even work? Can you type something, whatever? Real quick. Okay, I'll do it. It doesn't work. Yeah. Oh, it works here. Bro, can you print phone processor chips, bro, to China? It's cheaper, bro. What do you mean, print a phone processor to China? What does that mean? Are you the person who suggested to add an OLED LCD? Just, I have a hunch it might be you. DIY photolithography machine? Very easy stuff, man. Perfect topic for a 5-minute video that will earn $50. Makes sense? No, I think I have enough side quests for now. Give me once. Oh, okay, the chat now works for some reason. That's great. So we have YouTube chat, and now I'm gonna type something on Twitch. Hello, everyone. It works. Perfect. Perfect. Right, so as I said, we have some new tipping mechanism that enables TTS. I don't know if you want to support me, that's very nice. If you don't want to, that's also fine. That's also fine. Hello, IKEA boy or Likey boy. Okay, it's Likey boy. Sorry for reading it. IKEA boy. However, maybe IKEA boy is a good, is a better username. Right. So let's start our first discussion topic. It was brought to my attention that when designing hardware in KiCad or whatever, one needs to take care of driver support. You cannot just do whatever you want. Maybe that's obvious, you know, but for me, not so obvious. Right. So we have a specific integrated circuit here. I think it's this one. Yes. It's called TPS 650250. It's a power management IC. It takes power from the battery and splits it into different rails for other things, okay? Quite simple. I thought to myself, fine, that's it, we have power, that's cool. But there are certain pins like power fail, or for example, yeah, I think that's it. I don't remember everything by heart, almost. I remember almost everything, but yeah, it has to communicate through that pin with the host. In our case, the host is the Raspberry Pi. So this requires a software driver. So there are basically two options. Either you write your own and maintain it with each kernel release, which is a problem and pain in the ass. Bye bye, IKEA boy. Have a good day. The other road is to pick something that is already supported, that already has drivers, which others maintain for you. So this way you don't have to do the work. It would probably be socially better if we wrote a new driver and, you know, maintained it. But that's a lot of effort. It's a long-term problem to solve, right? With each kernel release, apparently we would have to work on the driver, right? Whatever. So I'm going to tell you what we're going to do about it in a second. If you're already CEO of your phone, please touch the Apple phone too, bro. If you're successful, touch the iPhone, bro. What do you mean touch the iPhone? Like, what does it mean? How long do you think it will take you to finish it? Asked Mr. IKEA boy. Good question, fair question. The answer is, I mean, I could just lie and say in 2 years or 1 year and no one would remember, right? So I could just say that. But I don't want to lie to you. I want to be honest, and I'm gonna say it depends. Like everything in life, it depends on how much support I get from the community, because most of the tasks are conducted by me. But when I released the video, a big portion of the work was done by other people. So that was really nice. Right. So it depends how much people help me, if I get support from my university, if I'm going to have some free time to do it, because, you know, this isn't earning any money, right? So I'm doing that in my free time, like as a bonus thing. So it all depends. It all depends. Right, let's get into Discord and let's see our discussion on the operating system or something. here. So yeah, if you want to join the Discord, feel free to do so. We're discussing stuff almost every day there, and yeah, basically this has been brought to my support. This is a screenshot of a piece of software that shows you which integrated circuits are supported. So as you can see, the Texas Instruments TPS 650250 is not on the list. So that is a potential problem. However, I would like to get this program, and they said it's called kernel building menu config. So I don't know if I can get it, right? It's a little bit complicated because I've never done anything related to kernel building. So maybe maybe there's something like a web version of this. If I search current regulator support. Maybe there's going to be a hit. Maybe I should say Linux kernel. If no, we just go to the next topic and I figure it out on my own. Interesting. Hello, Mr. Electrochipskate. So I didn't know there's something like Linux voltage and current regulator framework. This is not what I want. Maybe it's this. What if I search for our integrated circuit here? So this is just data sheet. I think I need to do that on my own. So I'm gonna get back to you with this on the next live stream, okay? Announcement. How many people do we have? Not many, so I'm gonna wait with my announcement. I'm gonna wait. I'm patient. And so now I want to bring to your attention the PCB fat trace problem. Right, so quick recap, or maybe you didn't even know that. You can learn it right now. PCB traces need to have a specific width and thickness to carry the current required for them to deliver the power and not burn themselves up in the process. Makes sense, right? It's just like a wire. For example, if you have your phone charger, the wire is really thin, but if you have a welder, for example, which uses hundreds of amps, the wire needs to be fat. That's quite intuitive. The more current you need, the thicker the wire. So here we have a calculator on DigiKey, which lets you calculate the minimum trace width, some other stuff which we don't really care about right now, and you can have the calculation done either for an internal trace or an external trace. So as you probably can guess with your intuition, the inner trace needs to be thicker because it heats up more, because it's sandwiched between the PCB layers. Very intuitive, right? In contrast to the external trace, which is outside, gets airflow and stuff, maybe a fan blows on it, it doesn't need to be as thick. So we have this formula here, whatever. And right. Our charger is the first stage of our power system, okay? It's called the BQ25792. It takes the power from the battery and pushes it forward, sort of. That's how I understand it. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe someone can correct me on this. However, if I am wrong, I'll soon find out and I'll correct myself in the future, because if I'm wrong on this, then it's a massive problem, and for sure I'm going to, you know, fucking find out, right? It's been a while since I've been on your streams. Can you give a quick recap? Of course. Of course, quick recap is that I started working on the PCB here with the power section. I disabled all other components that I don't need for the power section just to be able to produce a PCB for the power section, test it, and then continue working on the rest of the subsystems. So that's the rundown of what I've been doing last 10 streams. No, maybe 5 streams. We even programmed some Python to automate the properties of the setting of the properties of the symbols that I don't need. For example, this one isn't needed and it's set to do not populate. I did not set all of them manually because that would be stupid. We automated it. It was really cool. Don't know if you ever said anything about this, but do you plan on selling these open source phones? I'm sure plenty of people would buy them. I consider this as an option. It's not my main goal right now, and my goal right now is to get to minimum viable product stage. But why not? Why not? If there's going to be a market, it's possible, but it comes with a new set of challenges. For example, obviously regulation and stuff like that. Some people suggested selling them as a kit, but turns out if you sell something as a kit, it doesn't mean it can be unregulated. It still has to pass regulations. For example, it is illegal to sell kits of radio devices that are unregulated. For example, I researched that because I wanted to open like a small shop with DIY radios one time, and turns out it's complicated. So maybe one day, yes. Maybe. We'll see. Arduino Uno Q came out. Okay. Good luck for the project, mate. Now I'm a bit interested in when can we expect the phone to release. So as I said, it depends. I just talked about it like 5 minutes ago. It really depends on the support I receive from, my environment, university, you guys, contributors, and so on. Right, but back on the subject, we have the BQ integrated circuit, which in theory it's rated for 5 amps. My system, as you probably saw the meme, if you didn't see the meme, wait a second, I have it on my PC. So that's the current. Oh yes, Linux, thank you. That's the current situation with the power system, right? So in theory, the massivest, peakest current I can draw is 10 amps. But that's not gonna happen probably, because I'm gonna, make sure it doesn't happen. So I'm assuming 5 amps because it's the theoretical maximum the BQ can output. So we have our first variable here, 5 amps. Thickness. Now, thickness relates to the thickness of the plane on which the trace is routed. So if you go into File, Board Setup, physical stack up. Here are all of the layers. I'm not gonna read this. You guys have eyes, I hope. And this is a standard thickness. Usually they state it in ounces per something, per hamburger or whatever. I prefer metric, okay? This is just a standard thickness for a PCB. And of course, I cannot have a variable thickness layer. I have to choose the thickness for the entire layer. So if I choose 0.35, the entire top signal layer is going to be 0.35. Let's say I'm forced to use a thicker layer, like 0.05, let's say, which is almost 2 times thicker, like a little less, whatever. It's going to cost me extra money because the manufacturer needs to spend more copper, like more material is needed to produce this board. So that's a problem, and it has to be considered in the design. And the problem that I'm trying to convey to you guys, if you guys were ever design a PCB, is that it's a shame to set the thickness of the layer to something bigger and increase the price only because one trace has to be fat. That's just stupid in my opinion. Like, but if you have to, you have to, right? So let's say this is our thickness because we want to stay cost efficient. And now what is T-rise? Hello, Mr. Sabam. Hello. Welcome back to our show. T-rise, quite intuitively, is the amount of temperature I permit like my trace to rise, right? And this is in degrees Celsius. So the ambient temperature is like starting conditions, like let's say the PCB is in your room and it's 20 degrees. I allow it to go to 70 degrees. That's my maximum. And that's quite a lot. That's a lot. Right, so trace length, pretty self-explanatory. It doesn't really matter in our case. Doesn't really matter in our case. If you want to see that with your own eyes, if I set it to 5000, it doesn't change the required trace width. It only impacts resistance, etc. So I explained this to you, pretty intuitive. Give a like if you understood, gentlemen, like the stream please. And let's basically, I'm gonna show you what workaround I found for not having to use a massive trace. And maybe that's super stupid, so you guys use your own brain and judge for yourself before you, I don't know, copy this or whatever. I'm not responsible for your PCBs, okay? So as you can see, the distance here between these pads is around, I don't know, 0.6. That's fine, that's actually a lot, but we need to understand that this is software, right? I can define whatever distances I want, but then it's going to be impossible to manufacture if the tolerances are like micrometers, right? So this is kind of tight. I think that's still fine, but it's getting tight. Right. So I cannot just put a 1mm trace here because it's also not going to fit between these two pads. That's pretty obvious, right? So what I came up with seems smart to me, but I don't know, maybe it's super stupid, you guys can tell me. I have 2 traces for this power line. Sys stands for system, right? System current or voltage or power, whatever. One goes on the top layer and one goes on the bottom layer. And I'm not gonna do that frequently, but just I'm gonna do it one time so you guys can see if someone doesn't even know how it's possible to have internal layers. Here you can see the board is sort of transparent. Yeah, now the solder mask is transparent. I can even remove the back solder mask. Here you can see what's happening in the copper, right? We have one trace going on the top layer and one is going under and back up. Get it? Imagine if universities explained stuff with 3D visuals. So that's what I have for now. I probably need to ask some professor or whatever if that's even legal. And then I'm just upgrading to a massive thick trace of how much? 0.9 millimeters. So it would be best to have it 0.5, right? Just 1 millimeter would be optimal, but I'm doing 0.9 because you know what? I don't know what I'm doing 0.9. I think KiCad wouldn't let me put a thicker trace on a small pad like this or something. There was a problem which I forgot about. So for some reason, I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea. TTS is paid, so you need to tip, I think, at least $1 for it to work. And I don't even know if it works because no one ever tipped, right? It's a new system. I fixed the tipping link. Right, so I think what I'm gonna do now is basically continue moving forward with this. So you guys now understand the fat trace problem. Right, I also have had the idea, I have a new electronics course in my university, and I was thinking, like, I'm a practical person. I learned electronics through doing, right? So I never had to do stuff like this. 1 second. So these are some basic circuits that you just solve and find the equivalent resistance, for example, or whatever. Why single board is necessary instead of modularization for first prototype? Like, in theory, I am doing modularization because I'm doing a separate power system. Also, as we discussed like at least 20 times, modularization takes up more space and our design is very space conscious. We have very limited space. Let me continue with this. And so basically I had the idea to do some exercises with you guys. Tipping page still broken? Amazing. 1 second. Give me a singular second. I kinda don't believe you also. Should work, honestly. You know what also should work? Doing exclamation mark tip. Yeah. So if I click this, this works. Like, by no means do you guys have to give me money. It's just if someone really wants to support me or whatever. Like, right, it works basically. So I think your internet is broken or something. Why is it broken? Doesn't it let you... Oh, it's actually not working, you're right. So yeah, there's nothing I can do about it right now, I think. One second, one singular moment. I hope it's not on my end. Hope engineering. Hello, new people. Yeah, I agree the page doesn't work. I don't know what to do. Sorry. You have an awesome progress bar at least. Yeah, I'm gonna shut it down because it's super stupid. Yeah, that's kind of a problem because, you know, I wanted to, whatever. I'll tell you guys later. Don't worry. The website Stream Elements is working for me, but they want me to sign up and they require a lot of permissions for me to sign up. Is there any other way optionally? My like I have two options. Either it's through their system, which has their local payment processors, or I can do PayPal. But if I do PayPal, people can charge back, and that's a problem, I think. Because PayPal has a chargeback feature. But I think it's their fault it doesn't work. Like, it's not my server. It shouldn't return 400 error. It's on their side. Not my problem. I mean, it's my problem because I'm not getting donations. Yeah, exactly. What are your thoughts on something like using open source collective or GitHub sponsors or other mechanisms? I thought about GitHub sponsors because I think 100% of the money goes to the project, but then there's like an ethical problem arising, which is how do we split the money, right? Because most of the work is done by me and I'm managing the thing, but like big contributions have been made from other people. So how do I quantify the amount of work everyone puts in? That's a big problem in open source, and like it's kind of unsolved, right? Because there's no good way to tell who put in more work, who put in less work. Like I could just take all the money for myself, but that would be just wrong because I'm not the only one who puts in work, right? For example, some people may say that just use amount of commits, or I don't know, amount of text changed, because KiCad is basically text files. But that's just stupid, right? Can't I use Stripe? I don't know. Like Stream Elements lets you use either their own processor, which right now doesn't work for some reason, or PayPal. Whatever. Let's get back to the thing. Right. Yeah. So we have the main system trace here. Next thing that I could do is to connect to the positive terminal of the battery. Yeah, also another topic is thermal vias. This chip is going to get hot probably. So it probably makes sense to put in thermal vias, but I don't have too much knowledge about them. So maybe it's just straightforward and just one picture. Yeah, so under the integrated circuit you have this perforated copper pad, which you make just by adding a lot of vias there. This is a costly project. I'm not sure you will have left over if you use the budget for prototyping. I also have a sponsor because I'm a YouTuber, internet clown basically. So I have a sponsor which can cover the costs of prototyping to some extent, not 100%. I'm not gonna say it yet. Who is the company? But you can probably guess. But this never was meant to be a business, right? So I can't really complain. This is not a business. I'm just here to have fun, basically. What do you think about graphite plate for cooling? No idea. Like, it sounds expensive. I don't know if I saw that in action. Yeah, but this seems simple. Like, it only adds little cost to the PCB and looks simple. So probably would make sense to put them here, but not yet. Because maybe I'm going to have to add more stuff like that in the future here. Makes sense. So basically I like to have the schematic next to the PCB layout, and just when I click around it jumps to the thing I'm clicking on. Let's look for R9, C7, and C8. R9, C7, and C8. Let's yoink. Let's jump back here. I'm getting like 2 frames per second for some reason. Maybe I have some fancy graphics in KiCad set. I don't know, man. Where do you change the like anti-aliasing features or something? Okay, that's stupid. Whatever. Right, so important to take a look at the fact that we have bat P and bat 1. I don't remember why we have that distinction, right? Should I ignore it or look at the datasheet? Probably it's best for everyone's interest for me to remind myself. Oh, this is okay. So bat P is for voltage sensing, and bat is the regular battery connection. So, like, this is kind of stupid in my opinion, because usually, I don't know, this should be called bat S, or bat S and S for sensing. P is like positive, so I don't think it's a good choice. That's my opinion. It's really fun giving opinions, like on Texas Instruments, one of the best companies in electronics, doing their data sheets. It's really nice doing opinions on that. But it's just illogical, right? I don't know, man. And I just, the 100 value probably comes from the example, right? I probably just copied it. Yeah. But the example has 2 batteries, so I don't know if it's reasonable, like. Okay, it doesn't say anything like to calculate stuff or whatever, so it's just place 100, so I just probably did it right. Great job, V. This is fantastic. Thank you. Is it a form of 4-wire sensing? I don't think so. I don't go into the details, but I don't think so. What's my actual name? Jan. With a G. I mean, J. How do you say it in English letter J? Yuan. That's my name. All right, I'm overthinking. I am having a massive overthinking session. But yeah, exactly. Jan, like January, you know? I'm not born in January, unfortunately. Right, so also one thing I have, the problem is that this is fucking massive. It's 0603. I don't know if I can live with that because one resistor takes up the space. I don't know. I'm not gonna overthink. I'm totally overthinking right now. Let's change the grid to like this, maybe. This is charging or... I'm trying to deduce... I'm trying to deduce how much power is going through this trace. I have no fucking clue. It's either all the power or just the charging power. But it's the only way the battery is connected to the BQ, to this, so there's no other way the power can flow, so this also has to be thick trace. That's annoying, to be honest. Like, I can move this here, maybe? I don't know, man, this sounds super sketchy. These are... .4. Here it's easier because I have two pads. So I don't have to do stupid stuff like here. Maybe I can just short them. I don't know if that's legal. Yeah. Why aren't the major lines in the corners? That would be better, I think, no? Stupid, man. I'm looking in the datasheet for the power need for the sense resistor for the bat P-pin, so TBD. TBD is the worst, man. I prefer... I don't know, man. TBD is just... Okay, I can do this, maybe. Yeah. And how can I make this thicker? Hello? 0.9, is it legal? Okay, because the net is... Oh! That's massive. Was this fine? I think it was fine, no? I mean, it's not fine because it impacts the INT. Right. I feel like I'm doing premature optimization. I'm feeling that. Can I just... Can I just take a fucking rectangle? Do something like this? Is that fine? Wait a minute. Fuck, it won't let me. Oh my god. Take a rectangle. Do a little bit of this. I don't know why I didn't think about that earlier. What do you guys think? Is that stupid? Now press E to edit. How can I fill it? What's the deal with the 10 amps power usage? It's just if all components peak, that's the power usage we will get. But it's not going to happen because I'm going to take care of it one way or another. In theory, it's the most. Right, chat, what do you think about my fucking rectangle here? It's not even a real trace, but I'm gonna place a trace so the... Oh, I think it understands it's a trace. Anyone has experience with this? Does KiCad understand this is a trace? Because I just placed a rectangle here. What if I just do something like that? Oops. Bezier curve. Does that count as a trace? 1 second. I and T. Okay, now I want to do an experiment. If KiCad will understand this trace is connected to this, even if I do it through a rectangle. Did he get it? I think he did because the rat's nest disappeared. So that's super interesting. Look at it. That's super nice. So I can have traces, whatever shape, guys. I can even do something super extra stupid. It's good that my professor doesn't see that. Imagine having PCB traces like this. Very smart, I know. And I can, wow, it understands that shapes of copper are also traces. That's really cool. I feel so happy now. That's so stupid. What do you guys think? Bruh. Okay, I'm gonna focus for a second here. I'm routing everything on the top layer now because I don't want the traces to overheat, at least that's my logic. And I think this can be a... I don't know how thick this should be, it's not even... Maybe I should copy the design from their EVM module. No, not DigiKey. Two 5792. This. Nope, that's not even it. I'm looking for, oh, this. Document about the evaluation module. That's what I want. I want to see what layout they did in their official evaluation thingy. And just copy the thickness maybe, for example. Oh, but I probably won't know the thickness of their layers. I'm just trying to find some keywords here. PCB. It's complicated. Okay, so here's how they did it. It's a shame that they didn't put any colors here. It's kind of hard to look at, like, what the fuck do I get from this picture? Layer 2, bottom layer. Okay. Where's the chip? Where's chip? Oh, here. Okay. So these look like thermal vias, right? Makes sense to me. These nuts look like thermal vias, I think. They even have a we should also have this symbol. Maybe did you know KiCad has did you know KiCad has symbols like that? I just Okay, that's cool. You know, I'm gonna take this. Can I edit? This looks like smelly. Okay, amazing. Okay, they have bigger. Oh, this should be copper. Okay. This should also be copper. Talk about expensive PCB design. I'm the master of getting sidetracked. Like, I got sidetracked so hard right now. You guys should stop me from doing things like that. It's dangerous, man. Okay, can I save this as a new symbol? I'm gonna copy this. Add current to this chase so we can use it as hand warmer. Of course, man. New footprint. Discard. Okay. This is the best thing ever. I mean, it makes sense, right? We should include that. It's a real hazard. Is KiCad too advanced software, or I used basic software in past? I don't know. I think KiCad can do pretty much everything you need in terms of PCB design. So it has all the options. I would consider it advanced, but I also would consider it user-friendly. So the only thing I find about the current in the pin BAT-P is the highest quiescent current of some pin rated together. So the max current should be 58 nanowatts. Okay, because it's a measuring pin, so I also thought it should be small. But it also depends on the measuring method, right? Because like if it's measuring by temperature or something, it probably isn't, because that would be kind of weird. Then it would maybe carry a lot of current, I don't know. Can you give me 1 second? 1 second. Such a shame they didn't publish KiCad files. Bat P is the second after this. I cannot even make it larger, that's so stupid. 1, 2, so that's the one. It goes to a random via. I will never find this, man. This is like reverse engineering. Goes here. Come on, But the trace is thin. That's the thing. The trace. Okay, so I have this information. The traces, they are all the same, except for these two. And 1 second. 1 second. This is the CISP next to the angle here. This one is small, but then it gets really thick. Okay. So it gets thicker the further it goes. Does that make sense? That it starts small and gets thicker and thicker? Wouldn't that burn it right here? They made it like, if we assume the pad is what? If we assume the pad is 3 millimeters, they made the trace 3 millimeters for 5 amps, so like the thickness is Mamma mia, what is going on? What is going on here? 90% RAM was because I have a lot of things open and I'm streaming to 2 different platforms and I'm multitasking and, you know, doing shit. Yeah. So they used super thin traces and then made it thick. Should I just copy their thing? For sure they didn't do that, right? Oh, they did! Guys, I have the same thought process as Texas Instrument engineers. I did the same thing. Look, these 2 pins are shorted together and are just one massive trace. And I did the same thing without looking at their datasheet. I just did the same thing. I guess that thin part is a burning spot. Like, my intuition tells me this, it would just specifically burn here. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's alright, man. Hello, Mr. Franvo. But also, I don't know, man. For sure the IC inside doesn't have... Okay, I don't know what the IC has inside, okay? I'm treating I'm treating it as a black box. I had a brain damage moment there. No. The trace can't handle 5 amps. It depends. Maybe it can because it's super tall, you know? Maybe the layer is very tall, but that's expensive, so I don't want to do that. So I think my option is better. I'm really arrogant because I'm comparing myself to Texas Instruments design, you know? I think that we will need better thermal relief. We're using the same chip, so like...
But your smile shines bright. You're my beacon in this nuclear night.
Did you guys know the V shortcut?
Sway in the wasteland, my love, to the rhythm of the bombs above. The ground may shake, but I won't let go. You're my shelter when the cold winds blow.
Are these too large, or... Look, they have like a fancy pattern or something, I don't know.
The skies are gray, but with you, darling, I'll find my way through the ruins and the dust. We'll roam hand in hand. We'll make this place our home.
Via violates DRC. Shut the fuck up, man. The cut around pad to allow soldering, but I may be wrong since they are also used for thermal dissipation. What is a cut around pad? Do you mean via?
But with you, my dear, I've nothing to hide. Let the Geiger count.
I'm happy we have this, by the way. That's very helpful. I'm gonna screenshot that. Oh no, maybe that's stupid. I wanted to put it in KiCad, but maybe it's better to...
To the rhythm of the bombs above. The ground may shake, but I won't let go. You're my shelter when the cold winds blow. So let's waltz through the ruins, you and me.
Oh, I have it here. Oh my god, I'm stupid, man. I wanted to paste the datasheet in a field here, so it's easy to access, but I forgot it's already here. That's what happens in massive projects. You just forget what you did and what you didn't do.
Sirens cry. We found each other in the world's last light through the ashes.
Okay, so what we have for now makes sense.
My darling, my sweetheart, no matter how far. Oh, baby, let's dance where the shadows glow. The Geiger count is ticking, but I love you so. In this wasteland of dreams, we'll make it through.
So now let's do the PMID. Maybe.
You're my atomic love in a world so wild. Through the rads and the ruins, you make me smile. Though the bombs may fall and the world's in strife, you're my one true joy, my post-apocalyptic life.
Okay, I'm stupid. I didn't even finish this.
Is broken.
Just getting ahead of myself.
Underneath the cracked stars, we'll build something new. Darling, hold me close. Let's forget the fear. Even in this wasteland, with you I'm near.
Now, that's one thing that KiCad doesn't handle really well is grid snapping, in my opinion. This is one of the most annoying things there is, I think. Like this problem that things just don't align. For example, where did this number come from?
Storms will find our way as long as we're together. Come what may, you're my atomic love in a world so wild. Through the rads and the ruins.
Why?
smile, though the bombs may fall.
So now it's aligned. You see what I mean? It's just the most annoying thing ever.
My one true joy, my post-apocalyptic life. So let's dance, my darling, to the end of time, underneath the glow of that old neon sign, with you by my side. There's no place I'd rather be in this broken world.
Do I know Danny Dev? Yeah, when I was younger, I used to watch him because I was into making video games. Now, I kind of think video games are a waste of time, to be honest. That's the edge of the board, right? Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. The bombs went boom, the skies turned gray, but I found my love in the light of day, with a Geiger click and a little sway.
Oh, guys, look, I fucking switched up the labels. I'm so stupid. Hello, Sam. How you doing, Sam? What's popping? It's almost time for me to do my announcement, by the way.
All our dust will laugh and play.
Sam Altman.
Take my blues away.
Guys, what do you think? Do you think my mini symbols will become industry standard one day? Like, the people who assemble the boards will be like, wow, that's so intuitive. Thank you, Jan. And, you know, everyone will just start doing this. I think that's very realistic.
We're the talk of the wasteland pal, with his laser gun and my Pip-Boy glow. We're unstoppable, don't you know? Pew, 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 pew. Let's go. Oh, right away, take my blues away. We'll spin and twirl till the break of day. Through fallout dust, we'll laugh and play. Oh, right away, take my blues away. So
This should be thicker.
let's fix the night.
Can you rotate rectangles in KiCad? That's the real question here.
With a bop and a sway, we'll save the day.
I don't think so.
Away, take my blues away.
That's a shame that I cannot just...
Of the Commonwealth, where the caps flow and the lights spell wealth. Diamond City's the
I have a better solution. I'm just going to move them down.
Diamond City, bright and true. We've got dreams and a view for you, for you. Grab your cap and swing on by, where hope still shines beneath the sky. Traders shouting, kids at play. Life keeps moving every day. From Greenhouse Lane to the market stalls, Diamond City has it all. The lights still shine when the sun goes down, a beacon of hope in this old ghost town. Through the chaos we found our way.
I'm really confused now. I thought...
Diamond City, bright and true.
What's the problem?
Grab your cap and swing on by, where hope still shines beneath the sky.
Now it works for some reason. I just had to reset it.
Kids at play, life keeps moving every day. From greenhouse lane to the market stalls, Diamond City has it all. The lights still shine when the sun goes down, a beacon of hope in this old ghost town. Through the chaos we found our way, Diamond City's here to stay. Oh, Diamond City, bright and true, we've got dreams and a view for you, for you. Grab your cap and swing on by, where hope still shines beneath the sky.
I wonder if this right angle is a problem.
Diamond City.
I have an idea. Check this out. No right angle. I mean, this is an even more acute angle. Can I quickly peek the Discord general chat? This sounds very suspicious, man.
When the flare
You know?
and the people call, the Minutemen stand for one and all. Through the wasteland wide, we'll lead the way, fighting for a brighter day. Minutemen, Minutemen, brave and true.
Okay, this is okay, I think. I don't like the look, but it's okay, I think.
Standing tall,
It's related with standard, but what is standard, man?
through red storms wild and rage.
I wish I had a moderator, which he could just tell me, no, that's actually a picture of a genitals. Don't go there. Now I just don't know, you know?
Story will be told.
Okay. This is basically ground, but it's called backlight negative. But it's ground. I was wondering, aren't these flags, I think it's called flags, right?
We'll bring back peace.
Aren't they just the same thing as labels? And now I opened it, I see it's global label.
Strong and hearts of gold, the Minutemen's story will be told. So raise your caps and shout.
I don't know, I'm overthinking again.
Men are here to stay. We'll stand as one through night and day.
But if I open Discord, I'm gonna go out of RAM. So, nope. It's just a meme. I'll see it later, don't worry. I'm gonna laugh my ass off. For sure. For sure.
Standing tall, Minutemen.
Okay, what happens next? We have these two.
Hooray, hooray, the Minutemen.
We have these. Fuck, man.
Through the land again. Hooray, hooray, the Minutemen.
KiCad be buggin'? Please no buggin'. This goes to bat positive. Very nice. And this is kind of stupid. This should go downwards. This is bat positive. Massive pad. That's stupid. Look, I should have routed it the other way. Instead of turning left, it should go this way. Okay, so I think PCB layout is a skill that demands a lot of, you know, experience, because to plan that out early takes a lot of skill probably. I don't like that because it could be better. Should I perfectionist this thing or not?
When the raiders come, he'll spin and fight. Saw in hand, he's a deadly knight. But when it's calm, he's just your friend, cooking Salisbury.
You know, I'm gonna save this.
And oh, Mr. Handy Beep and Bop, fixing the world through the way.
How do I search now for my project, right?
Handy man.
Contribution. I'm gonna save this.
Oh, Mr. Handy, you're the best. In this wasteland, you outshine the rest.
I'm gonna try to redo that, and if it doesn't work, I'm just going to back off to the saved version, just in case I mess it up even more. So there's a shortcut to delete the entire trace. It's called U.
The skies are torn, but in your arms I'm reborn through shattered dreams and endless strife.
Maybe the capacitor can be placed closer to the bat connector. Yeah, it should probably. It should be closer. No, so let me try that again. Let's improve this. Let's make this shorter. Let's take this. Boom, boom, boom. I wanted to put it a little bit further because... Oh, this is a resistor. I'm stupid. Because then I'm not going to have space for these pins. So that was my idea of this. So now the bigger value, oh, they're the same values. They're big caps. I think they're called bulk caps because they have big amount of microfarads. So I think they can be far away. It's not a critical thing. I think the ones that need to be close are the small value ones. For example, 0.1 or 47 nanofarad or and stuff like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. I think it's almost time for me to do my announcement. Almost. I'm gonna make an announcement, guys.
When the night falls and the shadows creep,
Let's take these two.
the warmth that lets me
I'm gonna just middle ground. Let's say I'm gonna put them here. Let's do this. Sketchy. I think that's not a problem. Like, I have an idea, that kind of announcement. I would just want to get your feedback, you know? Because I want to do something. I don't know if it makes sense.
the ashes will
Okay, that is better, I think.
Forever come what may. So here's my vow.
Bat P. Like, I think I'm just putting too much effort into this. Because at this rate, it's going to take me so long.
Oh, love beyond the fallout.
It makes sense to have it here, I think, makes the most sense. Yeah.
It's a rat roach party, better grab your gun. Crawling from the shadows, skittering fast, those pesky little rat roaches.
Is the announcement related that you're gonna make me your mod? Like, do you want to be a moderator? Like Discord mod or live stream moderator? Like, suspiciously, we didn't have, like, I'm happy, of course. We didn't have any, like, people who would try to say some extremely toxic or weird stuff or, you know, send pictures of their dicks or something. We didn't have that. And I'm proud of you guys. Like, you behave really well.
catch, but one good whack
You're probably smart, maybe. Right, so now I have an idea.
so much fun.
Can I route this? Let's do 25. Can I route this here?
So keep your vault clean.
Does that make sense? I think it does.
Red roaches love to ruin your day.
You are matured, at least. I don't know if I would say that. Like, I don't know if I would go that far, that we are all matured here. Like, for sure, I don't feel matured. This is the most annoying thing. Look at this. I don't know how to fix this.
And they're not afraid to crawl on you, but grab a bat or maybe a shoe. It's time to smash a red roach or two.
Why did it come up with this number? Like, why does KiCad pull out these random numbers out of its ass? Please help me. How do I fix this? This is so annoying, like...
Let them stay. Red roaches love to ruin your day. With a stomp and a smash, we'll say goodbye. Good riddance, red roaches. Now let's eat pie.
Alright. So now we can take this thick ass trace. Let's take 0.9.
Pop that cat,
Let's go...
jingling, those cats abound. Fit sparkle, sweet delight. Nuka-Cola, your dynamite. When the wasteland's dry and the rads run high, take a Nuka-Cola, you'll feel alive. It's the blast of flavor you can't ignore. Just one sip, you'll want some more. Oh, Nuka-Cola, it's the drink that'll roll you. Fizz and pop.
Okay, I think that is a useful thing now.
Cherry pie. One sip and you'll be
Do you think about to short stream on YouTube? What is short stream? Because it gives more viewers compared to regular stream. You mean to do shorter streams, like, I don't know, half an hour? That's your question?
It's cola-tastic. Nuka-Cola's got that magic. Drink it down, feel the spark. Nuka-Cola, it's a glowing art.
From the vaults below to the open sky, Nuka-Cola's the drink you can't deny. It's a taste of the past in a brand new day. With every sip, the memories stay.
Oh, Nuka-Cola, it's the drink that'll roll you.
So that via will go to the ground plane. That's my opinion.
Sweet as cherry pie. One sip and
Short streams 9 to... What?
let's toast
What is a short stream?
with
916. I know it's the screen format. What's a short stream? Hello, Berkey Dev.
out. We'll live
Welcome back.
cola forever near.
Oh, also I need to add to my list proper ground plane. I need to get some information on that. Don't you watch YouTube Shorts? Oh, you mean to cut my stream VODs into shorts and post them? That's your thing? Like, I tried to do that, and it's rare that I have a moment that I can cut. But, oh, you guys can clip the stream, by the way, and you can send it on Discord and I can post it if you find a good moment. But overall, to bring in viewers with content like that, you probably need to edit it. And, you know, I don't really have time and money to do that. Like, I could pay someone, but I don't want to waste money on that. I could do that myself, but I don't want to waste time on that, so I kind of don't care, you know. Like, when I'm going to release another video that's going to bring in a lot of new viewers, and that's enough in my opinion. Like, if I make a banger video about let's say the power section, let's say 100,000 people watch it. Let's say 1% of them will watch my live streams. That's going to be a good amount of new people.
Hear the growl, feel the fear below. One wrong move and you're done, my friend. It's the death clock
100,000 times 0.01 is 1,000 people.
in the wasteland.
Right, maybe 1% conversion is too much.
Freeze, no spark. It's
Like that would be unrealistic.
its teeth aglow.
Like right now, let's say I usually have like 20 concurrent viewers. Like my peak was 30 something. So let's calculate my conversion rate from video to live stream.
To the right, it's a deadly walk.
Let's say 100,000 people watched the thing.
Its eyes are blazing, it's hunting you. Your heart is racing. What will you do? With a rifle in hand, you take your
So let's say 30 divided by 100,000. That's
it's gaining
0.03%.
move and you're going down. But if you're brave and you time it well,
So 3 people per 10,000
stories to tell.
would stay as consistent live stream viewers.
Don't miss a step. One wrong move, you'll pay the debt. Dance to the left, then spin.
So let's say I make a video that gets 1 million views. Let's be optimistic for a second. 1 million. 6. That would be 300 people. That's a lot for a live stream. That could, you know, even... I could even make paid sponsored live streams in theory. I don't know who would sponsor the live stream because usually it's video games that sponsor streamers to play a video game for 2 hours and they pay them per viewer per hour. I think that's how it works. Like, you know, I'm not even using any closed source proprietary software, so who's gonna pay me? Like, maybe, I don't know, let's say AutoCAD, hypothetically, Autodesk, the company that made AutoCAD, goes to me or I go to them and ask them, do you want to sponsor stream or whatever? Like, I don't want to because I don't even think their software is good, you know? Like, I don't know, complicated stuff, you know? Tomorrow I should be able to send on Discord a first version of the all-in-one tool. For now it can just manage DNP in various way and has no GUI, but I'll add soon also the price datasheet updater. Okay, thank you so much. That's beautiful. So basically what Sam said like 2 minutes earlier, he is working, you guys don't know if you're not on Discord, he's working on a program that could automatically change the fields of components, for example these attributes here or whatever. That's a really fun thing. I find myself thinking about this project a lot. That's cool. Every day I grow to hate my Samsung more and more. Yeah, me too. Like, I was so like ever since I got the idea to make a phone, I learned so much about phones and smartphones and stuff. And now, like, I almost look at phones, like people's smartphones and my own, in disgust, man. I'm like, that thing doesn't even have a removable battery. Yuck. That's my typical reaction to looking at a smartphone, you know? YouTube Shorts has a feature to stream in real version, so anyone can discover your stream while doom scrolling. You just have to stream 916 instead of 16.9, your current orientation. Look, I get it. Now I understand. Actually, sorry for like being so slow. Now I understand. Like, YouTube Shorts is mostly brain rot, memes, and like stupid shit, right? I think we can agree on that. So in this stream of stupid bullshit you scroll through, you find someone talking about KiCad and trying to figure something out. Would you even stop for that? Like, everything is so dopamine loaded and everyone tries to steal your attention and stuff. Like, I would have to, I don't know, be a naked woman in front of that KiCad so that people would want to watch me with that kind of competition. You know what I mean? Like, that's my take on it. With the live streams, like right now, I think, you know, someone wants to watch it, they just come and watch it. It's like a conscious decision to do so, and like maybe we learn something, maybe we have a laugh, and so on. It's like meeting your friends, you know, we just come, hang out, and go home. Not this weird, like, fucking scrolling. I don't know, I think this experience is also better in horizontal format because you can see more, you know, and imagine having two, like, double streaming. One would be vertical, one would be horizontal. I mean, I think that would be okay, but I'm running out of RAM. XDDD.
Out in the wasteland, the night's alive. With the rads and the ghouls, we'll survive.
What was I saying? Yeah, that some viewers would see something, like, imagine seeing only that part of the screen. That's more or less 9/16. What? That would be such a shitty experience, right? I don't know, man. Maybe I can give it some thought, and maybe, you know, maybe I'll change my mind. Brain. I don't know. I don't like short form content in general. I think it should be fucking deleted. I tried posting some shorts that aren't totally stupid, but it's hard, man. Not gonna lie, shorts are 99% brain rot, but I have definitely seen some interesting engineering project ones that caught my eye. Check out CNC Dan, he posts shorts of his projects sometimes and they got me. Okay. But that's the 1%, right? 90% is the bullshit and 1% is the actual cool stuff. Hello, Mr. Junior Monkey. Welcome. Welcome.
Grab your caps and don't think twice. The wasteland boogie's hotter than spice. Bop, bop, zoop up, let's go. Turn up the heat in the wasteland glow. Oh, boogie in the wasteland, dance away.
That's what I need a mod. Of course, I'm talking about me. Like, do you want to be a live stream mod or Discord mod? It's two different things, you know? I just had my first day of uni yesterday, and I also took electronics and computer engineering. That's cool. I hope you have a good academic year in front of you. I hope you learn a lot and don't get too stressed. Right, we're supposed to do the PMID now, right? Because that's what was.
Stars are dim, but your smile shines bright.
You're my beacon in this nuclear night.
Ground connections need to be tied to the IC ground with a short copper trace connection, of course, right?
The bombs above, the ground may shake, but
Thanks, and also it's really interesting. Yeah, like engineering is the best, man.
winds blow.
compared to other options. If you're interested in that, it's the most interesting thing. Like, it's so much deep topics. It's rabbit holes of rabbit holes, literally. Because you have matured and non-violent audience, I can be mod on both platforms. Okay. Why not? Why not? Can you like send me a message on Discord so I know your Discord thing? Berkey Dev, the best advice for STEM degrees is to find ways that the classes teach you about the project or technology you're really interested in. It helps make dry classes feel more engaging.
Oh, the vault's so empty. The world
I would add to that, it's really helpful for me at least, because I really care about practical stuff, hands-on things, to find where the theory can be applied in real life. I really enjoy doing that. Then I feel more motivated to learn stuff, because I know if I want, I can use it in something. And that makes it like much more enjoyable for me, because I don't feel like I'm wasting time or something, you know? What's your take on that kind of open source project which is backed by another open source project which is which is based on scraping kind of thing which a company didn't like? What is scraping kind of thing which a company didn't like? What do you mean? I don't know, like what do you mean? Open source cubed? You mean like long layers of dependencies? I mean chains of dependencies that if one thing breaks, all of them break? Is that the thing? I think it's a problem with modern software in general, and no one really cares about it, I think. Maybe except for people like Ginger, who in our Discord, who build their own stuff from scratch. You know? You have the board with the exact chip on it. Oh, Fluxbench. Are you... Guys, you know who Fluxbench is? Fluxbench is... the electronics YouTuber, basically. He does electronic stuff. Right? That's incredible to have you here. Hello. Hello. He did the video, like 1 hour video on how to make a PCB, which I sent to you guys on Discord. Highly recommended. He goes over multiple PCBs and stuff. And he's a big nerd. So yeah. Recommend. Like Invidious, what do you even mean? Which give API for YouTube for scripting YouTube, and if any project based on that, like an ad for YouTube. Oh, what do I think of this? For example, there's this project called GreyJ by Fulu or Futo Foundation. I don't know. They take content from all of these platforms and then aggregate it on one app. I think it's really cool because you sort of don't follow the platform, right? You just follow the creators because you have something that aggregates all of these subscriptions you have, like from Twitch, I don't know, YouTube, Spotify, and stuff like that. What do I think of that? I don't know. I have a mixed opinion because I don't want to go too deep into that because it's not really related to electronics, right? But from one side, I understand that YouTube is really aggressive with their ads and so on. I get it that it's not acceptable, so people want to get their content without ads. Also, YouTube Premium experience, I heard, is a bad experience. Okay, so I get it. You want to get the content on your own terms. But on the other side, like, you're just taking resources from this platform and not providing anything in return. The case where I think it's really fine if you use that, I think, is when you directly support creators. Like, I'm a little bit biased, obviously, so asking me is maybe not the best thing ever. But if you, I don't know, let's say you pirated a movie, right? But you sent a, like, I don't know, tip or whatever, like, you somehow supported the producer of the movie, the creator, then I think that's more than okay. But unfortunately, it's a big problem of modern times, I think, that content delivery it's either pirated or it's delivered to you in a really bad service, like, I don't know, let's say YouTube. Especially to people who have like this AI age verification and stuff like that, lots of ads, like, I don't know, ads injected directly into videos, like, so that's a problem of the modern times. I think it's a unsolved problem. There are other platforms like Floatplane or something that really give more power to the creator and viewer and don't like, but they demand you to pay subscription, so I don't know, man. If someone could solve this issue in a really meaningful way, I think it could be a nice startup. Okay, I got carried away. Let's get back to electronics. PMID input capacitors as close to ground. Where's the ground, man? Where's
Let's go.
here?
Right away. Take my blues away.
So this goes, okay, so we have these four, 1 through 14.
We'll laugh and
1 through 14, let's go.
take my blues away.
Let's yoink.
Suit, let's
Let's plant them here.
turn the wasteland into delight. With a bop and a sway, we'll save the day. Right away. Take my blues.
Can I do these all at once? Okay, so I learned something right now. I can just move all of these labels at once. That's useful. Useful, very useful, very useful. Yeah, let's do this.
Part of the Commonwealth, where the caps flow and the lights spell well. Diamond City's the place to be, a shining gem for you and me. Oh, Diamond City, bright and true. We've got dreams and a view for you, for you. Grab your cap and swing on by, where hope still shines.
I should probably like rotate them. Yeah.
Traders shouting, kids at play. Life
Now I need to figure out which one is the point one. So this one. So this one needs to be the closest to the IC. That's what they asked for.
the light still shines.
So he goes first. I don't know. For now I'm gonna put it here to leave some space for the other pins.
Diamond City's here to
That's my idea at least.
Oh, Diamond City, bright and true. We've got dreams and a view for you, for you.
Okay, it's actually maybe better to put it here.
Hope still shines beneath the sky. Traders shouting, kids at play.
I mean, I think this one is going to be simple because there's just going to be one trace and it's a small one, so
Diamond City has it all. The
should be fine.
in this old ghost town. Through the chaos we found our way. Diamond City's here to stay. Oh, Diamond City, bright and true. We've got dreams and a view for you, for you. Grab your cap and swing on by, where hope still shines beneath the sky. Diamond City.
All right, let's connect them. Why I am thinking it's gonna be a dedicated pane when time comes to place components on their place. I mean, it depends. If I have some custom weird traces like this one, it's a pain to move them around, but if they are just connected normally like these, then it's pretty okay. Also, this layout is super fucking complicated, so there's nothing I can do, you know. I tend to rearrange the decoupling caps a lot when routing out. All good plans. Like, you mean switching them 50 times each into different positions by 1 millimeter and so on. Figuring this out so the thermal like 5 amps can go through this took me so long. Also, can you give like feedback? Is that a sane thing? Like, I split this pad into 2 thicker traces because this one wouldn't fit, so I have like a 2-way here. One is under using the green layer and one is red. Like, do you think this is stupid? Honestly, just be honest, okay? Because I cannot put a thick trace here because it doesn't fit. Copper is copper. Hello, Mr. Edson. Open source smartphone question mark? Yes. Let's take these, put them here. If you need higher amps and lower resistance, no harm. Nice, that's what I thought. I'm so happy someone can confirm this because it's really weird to look at. You know? Just dissolve it in ferric chloride. I don't know, man. I don't understand a word you just said. I have a friend who's really good at chemistry. Sometimes he just goes on, says a couple of weird words, and I'm like, okay, fine. I don't know anything about chemistry. Only thing I know is lithium ion, okay? Okay, let's go. Maybe it would be smarter, instead of going with this list, because this order is randomized in relation to this pin out here. Maybe I should go from like clockwise. Maybe next IC I'm gonna do that. Make sure the inductor isn't too close to the power traces. Because it's going to introduce vibration. I mean, not vibration, noise. This is a good remark. By the way, Fluxbench, did you join our Discord? Did you join our Discord? Link in the description, by the way.
He's seen the bombs and the world's decay, but he's still got jokes to brighten your day with a British voice and a little sound.
All right, we got that. PCB etching is a process in building PCB where a ferric chloride used to keep copper trace in a hope copper. But yeah, whatever. I don't understand that, but check out what I found. On PCBWay, they have this capabilities. Somewhere here, they have this. If someone is writing like, I don't know, an essay or just trying to learn PCB process, like the manufacturing process, this seems incredible because they have like pictures and stuff, and it's straight from the manufacturer, so it's the most reliable source. If you guys ever need information about, I don't know, PCBWay's process or whatever, just go here. And also this is super cool, like this front-end design. I think that like Chinese companies have really interesting front-end design decisions for their websites sometimes. And watch their factory videos, shows it like a cooking show. Yes. Yes, they have some cool videos. JLC, I think, as well have some cool videos. So I recommend highly. Right, we got that. Let's check. So this is inductor. This inductor is massive. It's bigger than the entire. Okay. Did I overcook? Did I just? Okay, I think I chose too massive inductor. One second. No data sheet? What? I chose 15 amps. Okay, I think I overkilled. 5 amps for the inductor will be a decent size one, probably going for 8 or 10 amps rated, right? Yeah, I went for 15 for some reason. Run the formula on the data sheet. Nah, like I'm not gonna like calculate stuff, man. I think I just have to go to something like you said, 8 or something. However, is it the case that larger inductors have higher saturation current or something? Honestly, I think that's the case. Anyone? I'm getting hungry, by the way. You know what? I think I need to think about this and to read about this to choose the perfect inductor for this, because it's the first stage in the entire power section. So using a bad inductor here will butterfly affect the entire system. I think that's the case. So what's the reference here? L1. Obsidian. Another task for later. Research L1. Saturation current. Like, if I know you guys, one of you is now going to paste the Wikipedia definition with formulas and citations into the chat of saturation current and inductors. If I know you guys well. That's going to happen in 3, 2, 1. It didn't happen. That's crazy. This is the funniest thing ever. It happened. Oh, no, it's not a definition from Wikipedia, but it's a definition. It is based on the frequency and other variable. I had to look it up, but I'm still moving around my desk for filming today. We are not that quick. It is based on frequency. Okay, so it's for alternating current, or it's based on ripple frequency. Okay, I get it. I think. Try logsec instead of obsidian. You don't need sync. I need sync. I need sync. Also, I don't mind paying for sync because I just want to support the creators of obsidian because I love it so much. Like, look at this. Massive. This is stuff related to university. Okay. Electronics. It's on the switching frequency and the desired ripple output and some other things like the amps you are going to have out max. Like if you peak at 3 amps versus 5 amps. Okay. Get it. And I'm gonna do that off stream because you spent like I spent like, I don't know, we had one stream where I was picking inductors for like 1 or 2 hours. Just terrible experience, you know? This is maths. Okay, let's get out of this. You use a custom plugin to sync via Firebase. Sure, like I used to sync through GitHub or something, like kind of clunky, I don't know. I use Obsidian daily, so like I can validate the $5 cost very easily, you know. Like it would be hard for me to organize without Obsidian, to be honest. All right, it's time to make my assignment. Announcement. Oh, it's wrong to-do list. Sorry. It's time to. I want to tell you guys what I wanted to do. I'm gonna pause the music for a second. Or. Yeah, I'm gonna pause it for a second because I want to focus. Right, I had the idea to make a V-Electronics charity event. All right. With you guys. Live stream based charity event. That was my idea. So yeah, I think saturation is off. I think my camera is undersaturated. 1 second. Stupid. Uno momento, per favor. I don't know, maybe that's better. Right, so my idea was to make a charity live stream where all the tips go towards me buying free walkers for elderly people. And these walkers, if you don't know what a walker is, it's something like that, which usually has wheels. We need the ones with wheels and 4 wheels with brakes. Yeah, we need something like that, exactly. With a seat, 4 wheels, and handbrakes. This, basically. They requested 3 of them. And they cost some money, right? Of course, I can just pay out of my own pocket and call it a day. But I thought it would be nice to do that with you guys. Because, honestly, what got me inspired for this was recently Zyla Foxlin. You know her probably. She's building rockets, airplanes, and stuff like that. She's an engineering YouTuber, United States. Friends with Joe Barnard. So that makes her cool automatically, by the way. Right, so I wanted to fund 3 of these walkers. And, like, of course, my audience is not massive, right? It's not extremely massive, just like hers. Because she raised, I don't know, like couple $1,000 in a couple of minutes. So that inspired me a lot. Because I have some history working for charities and so on. I once spent a weekend selling like some soup or something on Christmas, and like food basically on a stand, like a pop-up stand, selling stuff. And in a weekend, which was like, I don't know, let's say I worked there for 20 hours total. We collected 10k zloty PLN, which is, wait a minute, let me convert that to USD. 1 second. That's $2,700, and that's me working for like 20 hours with the help of some other people who helped me, right? So the total team was like 10 people, and we had marketing. We had like a super good spot in a like food hall in Warsaw, which is the capital of Poland. We had like optimal everything. Right. So it was local people giving to a local cause. So everything was optimized. So we got like 2,000 sort of dollars around that in in one weekend. And she, in one live stream, I don't know how much she made, but I would estimate, like, did she make, did you watch it? Flux Bench? She was building the Legos, and did she make 10K dollars? I don't know, let's say she made 10K. I think that's a reasonable estimate. In probably like 2 or 4 hours. I think it went 5 hours, right? So that's incredibly cool. But she has a massive audience. I think like 10 times bigger than me, or like 20 times bigger than me, whatever. Anyways, I wanted to try my hand at that and start small, right? And do not like overcomplicate things. I wanted to start with a goal of $100. I think that's very reasonable. One walker like that depends. Let me convert currencies for a second. They usually cost between like 30 to 40, $50. So $100 would be fine. Like for a first charity event would be really cool. Right. So that's my idea. But today I learned that Stream Elements tipping system doesn't work. So that's really annoying. It's very annoying. So my idea that I got to work around this was to use the official YouTube thingy, YouTube Giving or something it's called, which basically lets the viewers give money directly to the charity with no extra fees. Like using Stream Elements for that would be a 3% fee, 2.9% fee, I think, but that's really small. Also, it's then integrated into the stream. Like you can have a pop-up like this, like an alert here, which shows the goal, which is really fun. So maybe the fee is sort of justified. I don't know, man. Maybe not, because it would add up quickly if I raised more than $100. Like $3 fee is fine, okay? But if I in the future want to raise more, that's starting to get annoying. Whatever, not important right now. I'm gonna find a way to fix the thing that's not working. Thank you for informing me, Mr. Subham, because I was pretty sure it's working, right? Why don't I use Stripe or Razorpay? I'm gonna have to look into that. Let me just write that down. And to make the live stream more entertaining than usual, I thought I'd do something like invite my friend. Her name is Victoria, and she's sort of like good at making graphics and stuff. So, you know, we have some ideas for some stupid stuff to put on the PCB. Like, I don't know if you can consider this PCB art, you know? But stuff like, I don't know, this logo here. Some people made some drawings on Discord to add on the PCB. Like, there's a lot of potential here. So my idea was to basically ask her to come on the live stream, just sit next to me or something. She would design some PCB art. You guys could vote on the PCB art, for example. We could do some weird stuff on stream, for example, make push-ups every $10 or whatever. I think that would be fun. To make stream interesting, you just give access to your root terminal. Bruh. Of course. Maybe one day I can do that, but I would have to like get someone who's good with security, or I have to That's really hard to organize. Something like that to not break your stuff, right? I could use a separate laptop or a virtual machine or something. I don't know. Anyways, so that's my idea. I don't know if I realize it. What's my IP? Good question. I don't know. Last thing I wanted to say. One problem I'm potentially expecting is that since it's my first event, and since if I use Stream Elements money thing, or let's say I use PayPal directly, then that would be sort of not very trustworthy because it's my first charity event and I'm not transferring the money directly to the receiving end. Also, I didn't tell you who's the receiver yet. I'm gonna get to that. So maybe using YouTube's giving system is better because the viewers are sure that I'm going to spend the money that way. But, you know, I'm gonna think about it. But if I do it once, twice, and 3 times, then everyone is going to believe me, right? Also, if I lied to people, that would basically end my career as a YouTuber. So I think it's not worth lying over $100, and I think people would understand that and just, you know, believe me. Just keep your mouth shut and use Stripe. Okay. What's the third one? T-Bex. Whatever. Okay. YouTube giving system seems a lot more legit to random people. Yeah, exactly. Also, the thing is... Right, so now let's get to the needs. So there's this... It's in Polish, so I'm gonna translate it real quick to English. This is a... How do I call it in English? Non-profit organization that basically asks... They act as a bridge between people who want to give and the people who need to receive. And the people who need to receive here are usually social welfare homes and stuff like that. So, for example, I found this list of needs here of social welfare phone in Warsaw called pod brzozami. Brzoza is a type of tree, so like they really exist, okay? This is some of their stuff. Of course, it's like it's for elderly people or people who are disabled in some way, right? And I called them and they said they really would like to receive these 3 pieces of 4-wheeled walker with seats for seniors. So yeah, sure, I'm gonna get the money from my live stream and we're going to manage it and so on. I also had the idea to design my own walker and weld it because I learned to weld this vacation, this summer. But I thought to myself, like, that's just too risky. What if my weld fails and someone gets hurt, right? We wouldn't want that. Like, like I imagined the memes that would happen after I did that. Right, so we wouldn't want that, would we? Yeah. So so that's my idea. I think the stream will probably happen on Sunday. Probably. Not sure yet. Sunday afternoon. And what else can I say to you guys? I'll think about maybe adding them somehow, because I think you can request nonprofits to add to YouTube giving. So the money goes to them and they can buy these walkers themselves. Maybe that's the best solution. So yeah, also, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. I just don't want to get too ahead of myself. I'm gonna think about it, get a plan, and, you know, I'm gonna tell you guys officially on Discord and so on YouTube post, whatever. So that's my idea. Hope you like it. And I think that's bringing us to the end of our beautiful live stream. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope, of course, I'm gonna check Discord DM, of course. If you have any questions, I'm gonna answer now if you want, or whatever. Check the links in the description, leave a like, check out my Patreon if you want to support me directly. All that jazz, you know. I think it was a really cool stream. Like, the amount of progress was not tremendous, but it's better than nothing, right? I also had a really long day today, so maybe I was a little bit more tired. Like, I was doing stuff since, like, I woke up at 7, did fucking electronics when I woke up, like some fucking this, okay? I just had to learn it. This is pretty simple, but it's my first time doing this, so I don't know, the entire day university. I met a new guy. He's really smart because they added me to a new group of people, right? And turns out he plays chess and he's rated at 2000. So today we played chess, me against him, and he just absolutely demolished me. That was a cool experience. So that was like highlight of my day. And yeah, so yeah. A nice stream. I'll join Discord later. I'm getting my filming stuff, so I set up for a sure. Link in the description, as I said, and good luck with your filming. Get some good videos, man. We need good content on YouTube. I think that's also a noble cause. Can you see Discord general chat now? I'll just plain meme. Maybe not now. Okay. Cheers. Right, guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next one. I hope you come back. Bye bye.